love the sunlight, how it paints on a soft skin. Takes care of this tan line. Scar tissue from the morphine. Baby, don't you know we were stardust? We're a long, long way from home, away from home. So baby, brush it off like it's sawdust. Boy, spend the California days alone, days alone. Those California girls got me outside all night.
What am I doing? Should I do a good job or do you want me to do it again?
Good.
Preparation is an important part of practical learning, as it's the phase where planning occurs to identify the appropriate ways to engage all students. In order to engage all students, it's pivotal that we know our students and how they learn, as the AITSL standards suggest.
Did I do good?
As AITSL suggests, knowing the content and how to teach it is required to be able to make meaningful integration across the curriculum that builds on students' prior experiences, knowledge, and skills. This way, we can capitalise on students' real-world experiences and link these to what happens in the classroom. There will be a clear intention, purpose, and direction that considers students' needs, backgrounds, perspectives, and interests into the student-centred learning program. Participation does not just refer to attendance, but how as a community we all have an individual and collective responsibility to help create and maintain supportive and safe learning environments. By aiming to identify, establish and implement inclusive and positive interactions, we will engage and support our students to participate within our classroom activities.
Go. Oh, nice.
Learning is an exciting and personal lifelong journey where the challenge is to discover and pursue our passions. Practical learning is not the only method of teaching, however, it does bring an element of excitement to the classroom. The sixth POLT says that students learn best when the learning is connected strongly with communities and practices beyond the classroom. Engaging with inquiry-based learning within an outside environment allows students to foster an element of imagination and freedom to be able to control their individualised learning, says Gibson. Kolb acknowledges how inquiry-based learning is a process where knowledge is created through the transformation of experience. Engaging in experiences helps create and scaffold individual learning styles. It is evident that when all students are not obtaining engagement, it becomes the educator's role to ensure that participants of inquiry-based learning are engaged at some level, says Wilson. Educators must then identify the appropriate practical learning experience to stimulate and reinforce productive engagement within schooling.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. As long as it all looks mixed.
Take the spoon away. I think that's.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh,
The bowl.
Mixing it all together refers to how we set the foundation, how we mix the key components of preparation, pedagogy, and participation, excitement, and engagement to begin the construction of an authentic teaching sequence.
Is that enough? You
Yeah,
can see
that's
the
good.
bottom of the bowl.
It is a principle of teaching to ensure all students are challenged to explore, question, and engage with significant ideas and practices so that they can move beyond superficial understandings to gain a high-order flexible thinking. It is essential to then plan teaching sequences that not only support but challenge our students to use their imagination and creativity, to think critically, to question, and then reflect with an open mind.
As previously touched upon in engagement, Wilson advocates that the only source of knowledge is experience. The core of inquiry-based, play-based, and similar hands-on learning is the knowledge gained through experience. For experience to then convert into knowledge, the event needs to be memorable for the participant. The more senses activated within the experience, the more memorable it becomes.
Like I'm auditioning for next top model.
It's gonna explode over the top.
Practical and authentic education changes the dynamic of the classroom. It allows students to build confidence by wanting to explore, take risks, and solve problems. This enables our students to investigate and gain practical skills and abilities that they can use beyond the classroom.
Inquiry-based pedagogy allows individuals to approach the experience in a manner that accommodates to their learning style. Within this personal investigation, critical thinking becomes a key component of the learning task. Students begin to gain knowledge through the process of making as doing. To make the inquiry effective, it is important to approach the learning in 3 ways. That's structured, guided, and open inquiry, says Kong. This gives the participants a goal and a purpose while independently investigating.
It's hard to spoon with this spoon.
Is it the spoon with the spoon?
The bowl's going everywhere.
Okay, go up a little bit.
What does go up mean?
The bowl. Yep, you're good.
Good thing this is going to be fast forwarded. Get into it!
Yeah, that looks good actually.
Does it? I'm really struggling here.
Now scrape the edges of the bowl.
This tripod's in the way. I can't
Yeah,
actually.
now keep mixing.
I can't even see. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Now my head's in an ugly position. My
Scrape like around in one go.
How do I do that?
Yep.
Do I look pro?
Okay, the bowl needs to go left and up. Yep. Okay, just leave it at that and then we'll just pretend that
Do I
it's
take the spoon out?
leave the spoon in.
It's gone black. By aiming to promote sustained learning that builds over time, we make learning relevant and responsive to individual student needs, but always aim for a high level of achievement. Once students have applied their knowledge and skills in inquiry, they need to combine their efforts in an attempt to bring their individualised investigation together.
When we are setting knowledge and skills in stone, we are consolidating our understanding. This process cannot just occur once. It is vital that the process occurs multiple times for the knowledge to become embedded. We can engage in inquiry-based learning, but for the knowledge to become meaningful, our understanding must be consolidated repetitively.
Oh, we don't want to get your body in it. I'll tell you if I see you. Yeah, that's good.
By cooking the learning, we are using the strategies we have gained throughout the learning process to cement our knowledge. Susan Larkey mentions that no individual strategy will work for one student. Without the strategy of cooking our muffins, we would not achieve the final product. By allowing individuals to accommodate to their own personal learning styles, they can authentically apply a strategy directly to the learning experience. This allows the process to become engaging on a personal level.
Kind of, but you can't really tell that you're moving. Oh no. Is that it?
In order for the process of knowledge, skills, and inquiry to develop beyond the classroom, students need to study. By taking responsibility for their learning through revising and reviewing their efforts more than once, they will cement the learning process for life.
Where do I go?
A key factor in authentic learning experiences is how to allow students to take responsibility of their own learning. By making our assessment practices an essential part of our teaching and learning process, the criteria needs to be explicit with feedback that is designed to support students. This way, our students can independently and further their own learning by encouraging them to monitor and reflect on their progress.
Making a product is key to engaging students in learning. It disguises the thinking and learning process with the application of skills to enable creativity. Although the muffins look like the most delicious muffins you've ever seen, it doesn't mean that they were. They lacked some key ingredients that could have been increased in previous steps of our learning. This does not take away from the fact that we produced the product from our inquiry-based processes, but we still appreciate the product because we are aware of the steps that need to be taken to maximise the learning for the next time.